What's up, y'all? Welcome to Goated Ones, where we celebrate greatness through art. I'm your host, Frank. As always, shout out to Joy Taylor. Today we're going to do Stable Diffusion. I'm going to go test some things out with it. Stable Diffusion is amazing open source software that enables a lot of this image generation that you're seeing. So it's something I've wanted to play with. And finally, I felt like I was doing well enough with it to show some cool things you can do with it. But first things first, we just launched our merch store. So if you want to get some Goated Ones merch with our logo, you can come and check out all this great stuff that we got here. As you see, we got apparel. It's a whole bunch of beanies, hoodies. We got even more stuff, some hats, joggers, some more, even more interesting stuff coming soon. And then we also have prints. So all of the designs that you're seeing on the Instagram, you can also get as a print. And then if you want to get something custom for yourself, we can also do that. Just get some info from you on what you're looking for, and we can make that for you. So check that out, share it, send it to your friends. And yeah, that'll help to fund what we got going on. So I did post a video today on the Goated Ones Instagram. You guys can check this out. Yeah, so that one I did a tutorial from Unreal Unit, who's a great creator. He does a lot of these. So he has a tutorial that basically shows you how to go from the left to the right. So essentially with Stable Diffusion and a few other models, you're able to use image to image to break down this video into a series of images, apply your filters and text prompts to it to generate something that riffs off of the original photo and just transforms it a little bit to the face that you're looking for. And there's a ton of things you can do with it. This was just one quick example, and so I just tried this for fun. But I have some more creative stuff I'm going to do with my own videos. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of it. So this is the original creator, Tugboat Spenny, who does some of these fun dance videos. And you can see he does a nice job of like doing the moves to make it easy to transition. You can see he's always turning around or doing something to cover his face. So he's really kind of got the technique down for this. So the way to get started, there's a lot of ways to install Stable Diffusion on your computer, but the easiest thing I would say is just to use Run Diffusion. Run Diffusion is obviously Stable Diffusion in the cloud. So it's 50 cents an hour. It's not that expensive. And it makes setup a lot easier because there's always little things that can get screwed up. And if you don't have a great system, you can, just use your laptop or, use a lesser computer in order to get stuff done. So you just log in, you spin up an instance. It's pretty quick. I already started an instance, so I won't bore you with that part of it. But this is generally the Stable Diffusion web UI. So you have your prompts up here in this section. You have your negative prompts down here. And I'm using image to image. And so the point of that is to take an input image. So I'm taking one frame of that video and applying all of these positive and negative prompts. The negative prompts, I think, are just to make sure a lot of these kind of bad parts of some of these image generations are removed. And things like Midjourney, I don't think has people don't really use negative prompts in Midjourney, although you can, because the results are pretty good as is. So they're already blocking out some of those things. So there's a ton of options. Most of these I don't fully understand, but batch count, batch size, I'll do 2 now. I want to see a couple different options. And then we use ControlNet. ControlNet is another model that helps to kind of wrangle Stable Diffusion to get good results. So there's a lot of weights and sampling and things you can control. I don't know what most of this stuff means, to be honest, since I just started this week. But we're using Photoreal, and you can go to civit.ai, and this site has a ton of models that you can use. So the most interesting thing to do is just like run through these. And when you go to any model, for example, this one, for this image, it shows you what resources were used and what the prompts are in the main settings. So you could copy this and test it out and see what you can create. Which one are we using here? Oh, yeah, the Photoreal. So we can show you what that looks like. Man, this site is not working for me right now. What is it called? Zavia. Covya. There we go. So you can see the types of results you can get from this model. It's a 2 gig checkpoint. So the checkpoint is for Stable Diffusion 1.5. So you got to make sure you're also using 1.5 or else it won't work. But you can see these are incredible results. Not just for people, but animals and objects and things too. So yeah, that's wild. But for any of these, not that one, that's a cover image. You have all of these prompts that you can use and check it out yourself. But yeah, so we're going to try out for this one. I can put in basically any celebrity I want. Celebrities usually does well because there's a large amount of images that it can riff against. So we could do The Rock. So we're going to try The Rock. Actually, I want to try a beard, black hair, and then hit generate. Let's see what we get. It takes maybe like 15-20 seconds typically. It's actually starting to look pretty good. Wow. So you see that? That's ridiculous. That looks like The Rock if his face morphed with this other person, right? And yeah, we got two examples. So you can see these models don't always do fingers well. Hands are not great. But you can see how detailed this is, especially with the hair. It's kind of incredible. So imagine for this whole video, just chopping it up into, whatever, 30 frames per second. So for each frame, we're generating an image and then splicing it together. That's the basics of it. So I'm curious about some other people. There's textual inversions, which I just learned about. Textual inversions. I guess this might not work for this model. Textual inversions are like a type of model that is like really, really lightweight. It's basically just text based. So the files are really small because you can see some of these other models are just massive and people don't have space for that. I was trying to see if I could use this Sofia Vergara one, but we'll just pass. Let's see. If we can see what she looks like doing this. And there's all the same options of in painting and batching and doing all kinds of stuff with this. So possibilities are really endless. But I just wanted to play around with it a little bit. Look at this. What? Oh, she got a little beard on this one. A little stubble. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Let's do one more. What can I think of? Let's do a basketball player. Shout out to my Nets. Didn't get Dame, but let's do Dame Lillard. Should have been a Brooklyn Net if our front office was any good. Let's see, what does Dame look like? Is that Dame? Oh, those hands. Ugh. The eyes definitely do look like Dame. That's interesting. What I do want to test out is the sampling steps. I think the more sampling steps you use, the more detail you can get, but also obviously slows it down. So let's do for the same thing, see how much better it gets, if it does get any better. So you can see basically double the time for this generation. So when I did that video, it was maybe 15-20 seconds. It took over an hour and a half to render. So I would suggest, if you have like long videos, basically just focus on the transition points and get like the 2-3 seconds of that how you want it, and then you can time it out. Yeah, I mean, it's not really that much better. I think that's why they put the sampling steps down to 20, because it's not a noticeable difference. But yeah, that is how Stable Diffusion can work. Definitely wanted to experiment with some other ones. This is another one. I can't believe it's not photography. Just Stable Diffusion 1.5. So let's just see if we can take this prompt. So we're going to go back. We're going to go look for Stable Diffusion 1.5. We can just do... Let's see if we load it. Will it generate? There's all kinds of errors and things that happen with this, so it can be quite a mess. Oh, wow. Need somebody else that's more iconic. Yeah, the hand stuff. That is... Ugh. Let's do Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt would fit this a little bit better. And if you're here, drop a comment so I know I'm not just talking to myself, but probably just talking to myself. See, that looks incredible. That definitely looks like Brad Pitt. But you can play around with some of these. Let's see if you can get better results or different results. This is an anime one. VAE, so autoencoder. I mean, all of them are essentially different types of models. So you can see this is a more anime style to the face. If you're looking for that effect, to not try to be photorealistic all the time. I think that's something important. I think everybody's trying to be photorealistic all day, every day, and art doesn't have to be photorealism all the time. It can be annoying. So let's do that one. Let's try one more. Um, Barack Obama. Black hair. Let's go. So let's see what we got. Okay. This is Barack-ish, very older Barack. Let's try these prompts and see what we get when we try it out. So raw photo, 8K, detailed skin. So yeah, a lot of these are the details you're gonna want in a photo. And the negative prompts, I mean, these are usually pretty good. We could just add them. So this sampler DPM chorus. Let me just try this one. See how it comes out. Yeah, these actually are better for text to image, but I kind of wanted to see how it fits in with this. So let's say, let's take this and just put it in the regular text to image part. See what it comes up with. So you can see this kind of similar. Didn't get the old part of it. I think it has 722 YO. Years old. I think it probably didn't catch that part of it. No, this guy looks totally different. And I think if we up the sampling steps, that's a little bit closer. Really get incredible results with this stuff. So I wanted to do, so these are other models that are ridiculous. Like, look at this. This one is like, I think it's called Am I Real? Like, you really can't tell. I can't. That's the scary part of some of this. You really can't tell. Actually, let's try this one. Okay, this one is a little nuts. I also wanted to do some architecture stuff. I think I have this one downloaded, so I'm gonna upload this, and then I do want to try some in-painting. In-painting is when you are in-painting is when you select like a specific part of photo and try to add some keywords so you can generate something else in that part of it. So you can use it for stuff like changing the color of someone's hair, or adding a vehicle to in front of a building, or changing the position of hands, things like that. You can do it in Midjourney as well. It's not as robust in Midjourney because they have to do it in Discord, and Discord is not really great. But Midjourney is coming out with a web UI very soon, so that should be solved. But diffusion architecture has been one of the more interesting applications for this stuff. It seems like people really enjoy this architecture stuff, and I think eventually people will use these diffusion models to design and then eventually build some real interesting properties. So I got that downloaded, and you just go over here on the right side, go to the models folder, you upload your models there. So let me find this. So I'm going to upload that, and then let's see what the prompts are for something like this. So you put this is essentially helps you to access the model a little bit better. So let's try this. TV, so I might have to reload. Am I missing it? Oh, it's a checkpoint. My bad. Should be uploaded to this folder. Okay. Let's see. Should be uploaded. Okay. So I refresh. There we go. DV Arch multi-prompt. Just going to use that checkpoint. Take this prompt. I'm going to try this. The negative. No text type. Okay. We'll take their word for it that you need that. And now the model is obviously that one. CFG scale. I actually don't know what that is. CFG scale. If somebody knows, let me know. He said 11.5. Sampler Euler. Euler's there. Yeah, let's just try it. We got DV Arch here. Let's see what it does. Sometimes some happy accidents are not the worst thing. So what we getting? That looks pretty cool. Kind of blocky. But it is what we expected, right? So let's do island. Let's do Puerto Rico. Mansion. Circular pool. Palm trees. Let's see what it comes up with. It's a little weird. I think it might be. Let's try one more time. Not implemented for half. Okay. Let's try. Actually, let's try the anime one. I'm curious what that generates. It's interesting. Can make a little video game world with this. So some of these, yeah, I think picking the right encoder really matters. Let's up the sampling steps. And let's do New York skyscraper. Curved peak. 30 floors. No palm trees in New York. That doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Runtime error. All tensors to be on the same device. Following these two devices. All right. This is looking like something. The other part that's interesting is if you do image to image, you can do like a sketch. So for me, I feel like I have a bunch of little concepts, and I can sketch out the composition of it, and then it could fill out the rest. So these look pretty good too. Yeah. So yeah, that's like the basics of Stable Diffusion. Obviously there's tons of options. Control net is really powerful for this stuff. Let's see. Let's see if we add control net, what it does to this. I might clean up the images a little bit. Okay. Looks pretty good. You can see the sun as well. It's pretty helpful. So yeah, I mean, that's as much as we're going to do today. With Stable Diffusion, I'm still learning it. I don't really know that much about it yet. So if you have thoughts or ideas, or you want to join the Discord, shoot me a DM, goated.ones, and we will get you in there. I'd love to get some feedback. And then if you do, come to our Instagram, take this, share it, send it to some people. It's kind of bugged out, but it'll be fun. So you can stop this instance. And so I probably spent like 75 cents or something like that. Definitely the easy way to get started. But let's go back to Midjourney. I found that celebrity image mashups is the best prompt because everything kind of flows from there. So let's do another musician. Let's go Drake. Drake as a sports anchor, mustache, microphone, celebrity image mashups. Oh, they definitely need spell check. When they get this web UI, so many times I've just written the wrong thing. I'm wondering why stuff's not working. Yeah. So it kind of gets his face right. But we can always Drake profile portrait photography. Try to find a big picture. This is a little bit older, so he doesn't really look like this as much. And the problem with this one is the black of his beard and the black of the background kind of blend in. But let's try this one, because still the structure of his face is still these close-ups. So with the Dr. Dre one, there was a really good close-up picture. And I think that's what helps to make this work a little bit better. So let's do save ID, Drizzy, and then I'm gonna attach this image. So if we upscale this first one, we can set ID to Drizzy and then try to face swap this. So the thing we didn't add to this was, yeah, that's okay. I mean, it's a little weird. I think the nose is there. Something with the mouth and the beard is a little off. But let's even try this one. It's like a fake Drake like. So let's see. I think what's missing is to put them in a category, in a location. So let's take this. Drake. with Stephen A. Smith. Television studio. So let's see what it gets to us. I think Stable Diffusion is better when you have like a particular vision. Right now I don't have any particular vision, so I'm just kind of messing around. Because sometimes something will pop up. So how about we feed it a better image. Stephen A. Smith, first take. Yeah, this is a good picture. It's going to take that. Imagine. I'm going to say. Stephen A. Smith, and who else is Lil Wayne? I think they've both been on, right? Or Joe Budden's been on, he hasn't been on. So the problem with feeding in an image, sometimes the image can dominate the whole composition, and mostly I want the organization of the photo, not necessarily the people. So we'll see if it understands that. Oh, it looks like JJ. It's like very cartoony. I really just want two people at a desk. Let's do Shin, Sharp, Skip. Let's try this. Do some photorealism. Okay. See if that does anything. I heard that 8K doesn't really do anything because it's not going to render in 8K, but it might be a suggestion for more high quality images that are marked as HK, that are 8K, that are models trained on, maybe. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. And so if we get the composition we like, we can also just in paint to get it exact. All right, so this is stuff we could work with, right? Let's do that one, and the third one, and then imagine Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg kicking Elon Musk in the face. Muay Thai boxing gym. Photorealism. Celebrity image mashups. Alright, so this one, so you do vary region, which is what in painting is. And then this thing is kind of weird. I don't really fully get how it works. But you can also add a little bit. It's just a strange interface. So I put Drake, but I also can put in an image. So let's take this. See if the embedding works. Oh man. This is wild. Yeah, these are a little funky. But anyway. I'm gonna call it short today. I'm really tired, so at least you got to see a little bit of Stable Diffusion, what you can do with it, and then obviously the output you can do on the video side is really crazy. It takes a lot of time, but it's pretty cool. So hope y'all have a good rest of your weekend. Peace out.